Are the West Coast fans instructing everyone to get over it, in reference to Andrew Gaff's infamous brain fade, the same sorts who steered footy pub talk towards Barry Hall at the hint of an invitation for much the past decade? If so, they should have a look in the mirror and address the startling hypocrisy of their cries. Like it or not, the brutal gaff punch that broke Andrew Brayshaw's jaw last August is one that will be talked about by football supporters for years, if not decades, to come. It's not too late to sign up for tipping and Pick 7 Fantasy. There's great weekly cash prizes and the automatic chance to win a Mazda BT50. Register to play the game Tipping and Fantasy today. In that sense, it falls in the same category as Hall's hook to Brent Staker, the tombug whack that felled Callum Mills, and Tyrone Vickery's cheap shot on Dean Cox. This week, Gaff's first competitive clash with Brayshaw and the Dockers since the brutal blow that led to his 8-week suspension is a central element of the narrative in the build-up to what has the potential to be one of the hottest derby contests in history. Adam Simpson acknowledged it would again be a topic of heightened interest. West Coast's hard-fought win over Collingwood on Saturday night. "I'm just glad it's over, the first game of Gaff's return, and next week's the derby, so there will probably be a bit going on there," the Eagles coach said. Fremantle didn't seek on-field retribution against Gaff during the pre-season friendly derby, which began with a handshake between Gaff and Brayshaw, and would have been silly to do so. The days of players being ordered to take out opponents are long gone. But you can bet your bottom dollar the Dockers will pay Gaff more attention than usual in the intense atmosphere of an Optus Stadium powder keg on Saturday night. A melee has broken up after Andrew Gaff is floored by Michael Johnson in retribution for his punch on Andrew Brayshaw last year. Picture, AFL media. How far they push the boundaries and whether they can curtail the hard-running midfielder's influence on the match will be intriguing. What shouldn't be lost in the storm is how well Gaff and West Coast have dealt with the fallout from the incident that rocked WA football. Aside from Gaff's contentious claim that he had tried to punch Brayshaw's chest, which was fiercely contested by AFL legal counsel Jeff Gleeson during the tribunal hearing and eventually rejected by the tribunal panel, made up of former players, he could hardly have handled himself better. The 26-year-old pleaded guilty to striking, accepted ownership of the damage he caused, and appeared sincere in his repeated public and private apologies to Brayshaw and his family. After initially taking time away from the game to process what had happened, Gaff has openly addressed the incident that will remain a black mark on his otherwise clean record. And his on-field response has been superb so far. The handshake with Brayshaw was a nice touch from both parties, and Gaff was best afield with 35 disposals in West Coast's victory over Collingwood at the MCG on Saturday. He missed out on a flag and has served his sentence, and presents this week as a possible derby game breaker. The overriding public opinion is that Gaff is a good bloke who made a bad decision in the heat of battle. But Fremantle fans have long memories, just like their Eagles counterparts. Gaff has seemingly been forgiven by sections of the football community, but the incident itself won't be forgotten.